Bottom line on the study, in conclusion, there are pluses and minuses to every single study that goes on. If you wait till you find a perfect partner with whom to study, it will never happen, because you'll never come up with all pluses. Number two, whether it's mortgages or savings accounts or number of courses or number of sports, there always are differences in school districts when they come together to talk about merger. Somebody always brings a little more to the table than somebody else in one area, but maybe the other district brings a little more to the table in another area. It's always different. Number three, it does not appear to me to be any reason why any of the three options that we talked about tonight are not, would be precluded from even having a chance of being successful. All night long you've been hearing me say the districts are pretty similar. They're not the same, they're pretty similar. The courses can work, the sports can work, the tax rate can work, the mortgages can work. All of the stuff can come together. So there's no situation here that I talked about, like one district's only got $10,000 in their savings account. That doesn't exist. That situation that no matter how much money you use, you can't equalize the taxes, somebody's taxes are going up, that doesn't exist. So my conclusion would be that any of these three options are possible. It doesn't appear that there's anything in any of these particular options that would lead me to say don't even bother. Having said that, let me again remind everyone that this is a feasibility study that answered the questions that I pretty much just answered. Should the districts decide to do a merger study, it is far more in-depth than what I have done for this study. It takes about a year to do. It's very much involved with community committees and staff committees that help the consultants do the actual merger study. Instead of me taking the average salary to calculate leveling up costs in a merger study, we would actually go teacher by teacher by teacher by teacher and figure out all sorts of different ways of leveling up those salaries. So it's much more, there's much more data, much more detailed, much more complex than what we have tonight. The purpose of tonight is to say, are there any real negatives that jump out? The purpose of the merger study is to say, is this a good idea for our school district and our community? That's not the question that I'm answering tonight. You have to decide, your boards, your superintendents, your communities, if this is a good idea for you. I'm just saying that the data doesn't appear to present any major problems. Finally, as you contemplate the merger conversation, I've given you a bunch of data in this 45-page report that you have. A merger study report is 130 pages. It is full of data, even more specific than what we use tonight. The question of merger is very much about data, but data is only one part of it. It is also very much about the emotions of a community. And all the data in the world won't necessarily result in anything specifically happening. I have seen studies where kids get more courses, kids get more sports, taxes go down 10% in one district and 20% in the other district, and they get voted down because people don't want to lose their schools. So, serious conversation, emotional conversation. Thank you for being here tonight. Get a sense of what I think could be a conversation going forward. I don't see any reason for any of these three options to drop off the table. It doesn't mean that I'm saying that any of them is a good idea. I'm absolutely committed to having you as communities make that decision.